Good evening, lovely tubers. White Mexican back again for another Market Watch Investments video for you guys tonight. Have a plethora of things I'm going to be showcasing for you guys tonight. These are going to be my personal selections, and I do hope that you enjoy. Getting things kickstarted tonight is going to be Snuffus. This is the secret rare original print from The Shining Darkness. This has really interesting artwork, and interesting enough, still to the date, this is a solo print secret, which is really cool. Really interesting set too. We're going to be looking at some first edition copies here. Starting market price is going to be lightly played for about 8 bones, and that's going to continue to trickle up after that. Only 3 pages of availability. Let's go ahead and take a look at the bulk pricing here. Looks like we can cop a playset here for about 8 bones still for lightly played, and then jumps to about 12-ish with 99-cent shipping for this 3 stack of near mints here. And then bottoms out at 30 with a fat stack of 13, which is pretty incredible. So this is a really great card because its effect, it's got a two effect, a double like kind of binary effect, and it's not super great, but it's like good enough in my personal opinion. I don't know, who knows, whenever plants may come back, and it's cool because it's just an old school secret rare solo print. It is also a tuner, which is really cool. And it's interesting that they made it a beast, though. That is kind of one of the severely unfortunate things about this card, is that it is not an actual plant monster, which is very strange. But all-around artwork and the sheer pack, again, that's sole print secret, makes it really cool. Next is going to be Spooky Dogwood. So this is actually European German print here. Of late, I've been really interested in original print first edition copies of the Ghost Girls, but more specifically for the European prints in the European languages. And this is one that's going for roughly around 10 bones. This is a near mint first edition, or actually lightly played first edition, I apologize. But all around, this is going for some interesting price points. Actually, a few days ago I was on here and I actually copped 12 copies of first edition original print winter cherries that were Italian, so that was really cool. So just like fun little stuff around here, you'll see people post their photos on here, and I personally think it's really cool to pick up original print first edition European copies. So all around, it's going for roughly around 10 bones, pretty much all across the board for the first edition original print copies. And then if we switch over to bulk pricing, it's going to go to about still around 10 bones for a 6 stack here for near mint first edition for this 6 stack. So again, I kind of go in and out of these. I may be kind of over showcase these, but I think they're very significant. One, because collectability purposes, because the artwork kind of has like that waifu tax, but then they also have that playability where the meta is always changing. More specifically for Ash Blossom, which is pretty much always going to be part of the game state, because diversity is just unparalleled compared to the majority of the Ghost Girls. But for collectability purposes, these are just really great targets to have, and I just see nowhere for these to go besides just to increase in price as they get older and more difficult to find. So next, of course, is going to be the infamous Ash Blossom itself. And one thing I want to review really quick is actually, which I think is the underrated copy or version print, is actually the super rares. These actually happen to be my favorite variants personally. I really do enjoy hand traps in super rare, more specifically. It's great because personally, like, I love high rarity stuff. Like, I love collecting high rarity stuff, but I think it's a little silly to play with high rarity stuff. So personally, I would much prefer to play with a first edition super rare variant as opposed to my first edition original print secrets, which are going for roughly around 70 bones or something like that. We'll get into that shortly. But these are and again, for like crows or veilers or whatever it may be, I kind of have like this strange fascination with hand traps and super rares, and it's kind of my thing here. So there's actually a German one here. There's 2 German ones here for roughly around 17 plus bones. We're going to go ahead and take a look at these really quick because, again, I think that European cards are relatively, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like here in the States, European cards, specifically like European language cards, like German, French, Italian, and I think that's pretty much it. Italian, French, German, I forget what other language. I think that's pretty much it for the majority of the European languaged print cards here. But this looks really nice. Again, the super rare variant, I think it personally aesthetically looks very nice. And for playability purposes, I mean, obviously there's the common too, but those aren't hollow foils, so I mean, I'd much rather actually use a super. All across the board, I mean, this card is, you know, worth good money. I mean, starting market price is pretty much, if you could ignore these OCG ones, and then yeah, it's about 18 plus, and they're roughly around 20 bones. Kind of continues to trickle up after that. Even for stacks, if we see stacks here, starting market price is going to be all the way up to about 20, 21 after you factor in the shipping for the lightly played first edition. So really, really cool. Really quickly, I don't want to spend too much time on this because I do cover this a lot, but there is great significance, more specifically in collectability purposes and trade value. I don't want to say trade value, more so like hold value in these, kind of like anything else you try to get early and get more affordable and then sell them for higher later on. Starting market price for Ash Blossoms, original print secrets. Now there's rumors, not really rumors, but player base have wanted ultimate prints of this, OTS ultimate prints, for so long. We have yet to get some, but I think it's bound to happen. I mean, the next set is going to release Impermanence and ultimate rare, so I think it's just a matter of time before this very fan favorite meta heavy card gets the ultimate rare treatment as well. It's been ultimate rare in the OCG in Japan for quite some time now, so I mean, naturally it only would make sense. Starting market price for lightly played first edition is going to be 85 bones, then quickly trickles up to 93. And then the first editions, it looks like, are going to be 100 plus. So this has actually jumped up. I thought these were around 70, so these have actually increased a little bit. For stacks, only 3 choices here available. Starting market price for a 4-stack near mint is going to be 106. So again, all around really great stuff. I mean, again, you have collectability purposes, waifu tax plus playability. So this by far is the ultimate Ghost Girl hand trap to collect, in my personal opinion. Next is going to be Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries. Now keep in mind there was a mirrored secret rare reprint from the 2017 Mega Tins. This was, no, actually the 2018 Tins was the last Tins that produced mirror rarities, same cards. So these are different hollow foils, though. They're both secret rare, but you can actually notice it's kind of harder to tell in these smaller photographs, but you can see the original Shining Victories is a little bit lighter, a little less predominant secret rare foiling, whereas the 2017 Megatins is a little bit more darker and more predominant with the secret rare foiling. So to each their own. I personally think they both look very aesthetically pleasing. Personally, I do enjoy them both. I do think that the actual Megatin reprint variant looks a little bit more like better, I guess, to me, like aesthetically pleasing to the eye. But again, they both look great, and a lot of people don't really pay attention to this, and this is just insanely affordable. Now, I mean, it's not the original print, so obviously you can see like it's not as expensive as the original print. It's not as competitive to get this print as compared to the original print, but this is still very much a secret rare. This artwork is amazing. This isn't the most popular playability purpose-wise Hand Trap Girl, but it does have one of the best artworks. I mean, out of all the Ghost Girls, my favorite artwork specifically is actually Ghost Ogre, but second place by far definitely is Winter Cherries. Winter Cherries has this really kind of like dark, alluring, like moody, kind of melancholy looking style to it, and it's really cool, and I love the purple hollow foil secret foiling. Is really great. This is just insanely cheap. I mean, not even 2 bones pretty much all across the board for these copies. And there's actually a starting 3-stack here for 2 bones for near mint, so this is insanely affordable. And even if we switch over to stacks, I mean, it barely can even climb over 3 bone, the 3 bone market price. There's 3 pages availability. So I still think, more specifically because the price differentiation between this one and the original print. Now, granted, for collectability purposes, yes, you're going to want to get the Shining Victories, but at the price that it's literally like 4 or 5 times more affordable to get the reprints, and they're still the same rarity of secret rare. It just, change of set name. So completely up to you guys on that one. They both serve a purpose. I think they're both good investments, and I think the original prints are going for roughly around 10 bones. Again, these are significant for the collector's value because they always have the potential to mix back into competitive play, but beyond that, they have just amazing amazing artwork, and a high rarity of secret rare. And Shining Victories is getting pretty up there in age now. I believe that was a 2016 release, if I'm not mistaken, for that core set. 11 bones starting market price for first edition original print copies for lightly played, and then continues to trickle up. There's actually a German one right here, which is really cool. It's going to kind of eat some of my time. It's going to be a longer video. I apologize. It's been I don't know, it's been a couple weeks or so. I'm a college student, full-time college student, and I'm in a military program, and it consumes a lot of my time, so I haven't been able to had time to make a video, so I apologize about that. But here's a German one. This is really, really cool. They've kind of a blurry picture, not very good quality, but again, I cannot get myself to get over these European prints. They look really, really cool, and I personally like to collect the original print, first edition European prints, European language, you know, the actual ones from German, French, Italian, all that great stuff. So, okay, kind of losing my train of thought here. So let's just go ahead and take a look at stacks here. Starting bulk prices is going to be 15 bones for near first edition. Here's a 3-stack here, and about 1 page available. Bottoms out at 30. So okay, all around you guys get the gist. Good stuff. So the 2021 tin of ancient battles release. This was a total disgrace. This product is such garbage. There's very, very few. Like, one of the only things I'm excited about. It's so disgraceful that they took this card and they made it in the most disgusting rarity of all the game, which is ultra rare. It's just purely disgraceful, personally, in my opinion. I don't like to be super negative publicly and spit hate, but this was just like, this was such a trash set, and I really don't think I'm alone. I think a lot of the majority of the player base sees this as a really, really bad kind of choice on Konami. I mean, they put the talents in here. I know people are into this. Apparently this is insanely expensive. I don't know why this ultra rare reprint is going for just ridiculous amounts of money. Some of the Dogmatica stuff was pretty cool, but the only thing I'm really excited about was the Shadal stuff. They did a parallel secret Ice Dragon's Prison. This is pretty cool, and Schism was pretty cool. That was a well-needed reprint. And it was also Construct. There's somewhere in here, there's a all parallel secret variant of Construct, which I'm curious if they did the new alternative artwork or not. That's going to be a big determining factor for that, because again, one of the main highlights of investing specifically in the Shadal Showdown structure deck was because Winda and Construct got those actually good alternative artworks, which look fantastic, and those were the only ways that you could get them. So I'm not sure. I'm not finding it here. So I'm really curious. I'm really curious if they use the new alternative artwork, which is going to really devalue the. I believe it came as an ultra on the structure deck, the Constructs alternatives. Here it is. So we don't know. I don't know, unless you guys. I haven't personally. I think this is a garbage set, so I don't know which artwork, but it'd be interesting to figure out which one that they use. But anyway, so to go back, before I ran down this rabbit hole here, Moonlight Chill. So of course there's the Starlight Rares. I personally do not invest in Starlight Rares. I don't think that they look good, in my opinion. I respect that there's a whole market out there. A lot of people like to collect the Starlight Rares. Personally, I just don't think they look very aesthetically pleasing to me personally, so I don't invest in them. Plus, they're ridiculously expensive. But the original Standard Secret are going for roughly around 20 bones here. We can see we're gonna switch to near mint lightly played first editions. And again, this isn't the most competitive one to play out of the Ghost Girls, but pretty cool artwork. The name is pretty cool too, and again, it's just part of the Ghost Girl package. It's part of the collectability kind of set per se here. About 19 bones roughly for 2-stack near mint first edition, 3 pages availability, and then if we switch over to the stacks, we're going to get, once my slow internet loads, this is ridiculously slow. I moved in the beginning of the semester, and the internet is not really on par in this house, so apologies about that. It's roughly, apparently the same, roughly around 18, 19 bones here for stacks, and bottoms out at 30. So anyway, really great stuff. Here is some Italian number 86s. So this is forbidden, it's banned, of course. This is a really awesome set in general. Before this set, fun fact or kind of cool history is this set, the World Superstarters, was like the first time that we got parallel secret, or not parallel secret, prismatic secret, since like early day, like the origins of the games, like Gen 1 stuff for like game promos, video game promos, which is really cool. And this is banned, of course, but this has a really killer effect, and I love Satellar Knights. Satellar Knights is like a really, really cool thing for me. One of my favorite fanboy decks by far. You know, with like 6 samurais and Shaddolls and zombies and a whole bunch of plethora. I like a lot of different decks, like especially Gravekeepers. Gravekeepers are really cool too. Anyway, so this is really cool. This is insanely affordable, obviously. It's been banned for quite some time now, so we're just going to go ahead and switch over to stacks. And this is just insane. Here's these Italian ones, are like a bone pretty much across the board a piece, and then 99-cent shipping. And it's very, very affordable, and there's a plethora of a couple different stacks here. So I think this is a great man card to invest in, especially right now, personally. Next is going to be Karma Cut. So I don't really know what's going on. I don't really know what players are using, what deck that they're targeting against this, or using this to... but this card all across the board, you can see it's insane. Like the rares are like 3 to 5 bones, the commons are like 5 bones. This trash goldware that just looks utterly awful is apparently between 7-6. And you know, the Dark Revs one is, you know, good money. Here's the DT one. So really quick, we're gonna go ahead and review the original Shadow of Infinity Ultimate Rares, first editions exclusively. Lightly played are gonna be around 74 bones. There was a German one here. I totally want to click on this, but this video is gonna be insanely long already, so I'm gonna kind of save you guys time. You guys can go back and take a look at that European Deutsch one if you want. So you know, we're all about those European cards. And then it looks like there's not even a near mint here on the first page. The first near mint is going to be 135 bones, give or take, with shipping. If we dare to switch over to stacks, it looks like there's actually 4 stacks available. Well, 2 stacks, 3 and 4. Starting market price is going to be for lightly played around 81 bones, and then for the near mint, it's going to start a whopping 106 for the stacks. So definitely going for a pretty fair price, or pretty fat price point, or high price point, you can say. And you have the DTs, the DT commons. Again, DTs very much what I believe a fan favorite rarity. A lot of players, myself included, find this rarity very, very, very aesthetically pleasing, and just, you know, great to have in general. And its history being discontinued it makes it really cool. It has a really interesting play on the market as well. And this is going for roughly around 8-10 bones, it looks like. We're going to switch these conditions over. There is a 2-stack here for roughly 9 bones for near mint, and then looks like the first stack we get is an 18-stack for about 9 months from Big City Cards for near mint. So 2 pages of that. So yeah, Karma Cut, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. It's a thing. Next is going to be Diviner of the Herald. So does anyone remember this card? Remember, this had some insane anticipation. Players were going crazy over this, and still very, very new. I mean, Lightning Overdrive, I think it was like, what, 2-3 sets ago. Not that old at all. There was an initial rush to this card. I think this was going for like 100 plus, and then went down to like 80, 70, and now it's kind of settling at roughly around... Apparently, I don't know if this one's English. I'm going to check this one. No sales here, but anyway, around 53-ish. And there's some really weird shipping. I hate when people do this, like the 5 bone shipping. It's just kind of silly to me. Anyway, so it looks like it's roughly around 60-ish, give or take, bones. I guess is a new starting market price here for these near mint first editions. Let's see here. We're going to go ahead and switch over to stacks. Let's see what the bulk prices are. And so 58 apparently from this person for 3, and then it goes to 63. So kind of interesting. Still very, very, very expensive in my personal opinion. Obviously high rarity secret rare. Really cool effect. And again, Herald, Perfect Herald is one of my favorite decks. I'm a huge fan of fairies in general, and you know, just a Herald player myself personally. I like that deck a lot, and you know, the Ghost Gold variants from Hidden Mine are really cool. Personally, my personal variants. I prefer those even over the original first edition Ultimate Rares. But just waifu tax, really cool artwork, pretty nice coloring, and then just high rare secret rare is going to really carry this card far. Next is going to be Beat Cop of the Underworld. Is this really not going to load for me? These are already preloaded, should not be doing this. Anyway, collector's rare. So this has gone down significantly. I don't remember the last time I reviewed this. It was probably been a little bit, not too long. I remember these going for like $40. These are going like 40 bones, and now they're down to like 24, which is still kind of an uncomfortable price point. I personally haven't even invested in this card yet. If anything, I'd probably trade for these before I bought for these, unless you're like purchasing on a severe TCG discount from your friends or from people from your shop or from whatever it may be. But we're ranging around 24 bones now for this card, give or take, and we're going to go ahead and switch over to some stacks. Looks like it's going to go up to around 28 plus for a 4-stack and near mint, and then bottom out at about 70. And I really don't think this is a terrible picture. These actually look a lot nicer up front and personal, and in person they look really great. This looks like almost like super rare. Like this looks like actually like the super rare variant, which actually came from this set, is super rare as well. So again, really great artwork. Playability purposes isn't super competitive, not really a great card by means. I mean, Tour Guide broke the bank by far out of this series of set, but it's still, again, it's a high rated collector's rare and great artwork, and pretty much all I can say about that. So moving on to Gacha Girl again. So kind of just like makeshift Dark Magician Girl. Order of Chaos, really infamous set. A lot of really awesome stuff came out of this set. Ninja stuff and wind up stuff and Insector stuff as well. Really great. Some really infamous decors. And again, waifu tax, high rarity of secret rare, being excessively old. I think this was 2012, I want to say, era of Yu-Gi-Oh! So significantly up there in age. Starting market price is going to be around 27 bones for like played first edition. Then it's going to go up to about 27 as well. And then around 30 bones for near mints. If you want bulk pricing, we're going to switch over to 3 stacks. 3 bones starting market price for a stack of 5 near mint. And it's going to trickle all the way up to about 40 bones after this set of 30 here as well. So again, really great collectability cards. So just a few days ago, this is kind of interesting. As soon as I was actually scrolling on Facebook, and there was a group that posted about Infinite Impermanence being reprinted in the new Cyber Strike structure deck. So we knew it was anticipated potentially from the OCG import. They had Lightning Storm and Impermanence, but we didn't really think that was going to really happen. But long and behold, they confirmed that Impermanence would be probably a common. Hopefully not. I'm kind of banking hopefully it makes the one of the 3 super rare cuts, maybe even ultra rare, but I'd personally much rather have it in a super rare as opposed to an ultra rare, because ultra rare is just utterly disgusting. But more than likely it'll probably be a common, which either or is fine. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's a super rare. But this I've been talking in and out about this. I think this is a really important structure deck. I think it's a really important investment ploy because, one, it's Cyber Dragons. Cyber Dragons, like hero players, they're just fanatical. They're crazy. They have their own markets. And there's some really expensive cards out there for some of the original print high rarity stuff. That being said, Cyber Dragons it's a relatively easy-ish deck to pilot. They have Infinity, which is a really great chain card, and a control card, I should say. And Cyber Dragons, a lot of people like Cyber Dragons. There's a lot of history behind Cyber Dragons. There's a lot of support, and it's just really cool that they're getting. I don't really know what much of new cards. I haven't fully seen the full deck list, and it doesn't look like there's a crazy amount of new support. Mostly just reprint stuff. The most exciting thing, like the sell point, is Impermanence. It's clear to see that Konami used Impermanence to really drive this product to the player base and to sell it, and it's very much worked, in my opinion. You can see a lot of things are getting sold out. This is clearly going well over the standard market price of 10 bones per box. Again, and I think it's a great thing for collectability purposes. Me personally, White Mexican Theory, when I really believe a certain structure that comes out, such as, like the Zombie Horde or Shadal Showdown, or like, those are some of the, or even Soulburner and Shawl Showdown were the last two that I invested in. First editions, exclusively sealed. You hold on to them. It's about the year mark out from the release date. They start to kind of accumulate value past that 10 bone market price. And again, these are only for sealed, only for first editions exclusively, and it's a great buy. I personally usually go on eBay platform and you buy in bulk. You buy cases of the 8 boxes. Or boxes, I guess, or cases if you want to, go hard in the investment. Personally, I bought four boxes of this. So 4 boxes of 8 is what I bought, and Blowout Cards was the only site that I found this at as actually selling under, not even below the standard price of 10 bones per box. I actually bought boxes of 8 for 70 bones. I bought 4 boxes for 70 bones each. And you can see now that they've gone all the way up to 30, 39, 30, almost 40 bones more now within just a couple days. I don't remember. I think so it's Saturday, I think it was. I bought this maybe like Tuesday or Wednesday afternoon. I came in here, they had four boxes left. I bought all 4 boxes, and then they were sold out. Obviously they restocked, but they jacked up the price, and that was because eBay was insanely overpriced. They were selling it for almost 18 bones per structure deck. Amazon, all my normal sources were completely jacked up, which obviously this was because of Impern. I really did not. So anyway, I was really lucky, and obviously they've updated their prices now with hype and all that. They've jacked up the price, so that's unfortunately it's kind of what it is. Hopefully you guys are able to kind of get on here and jump on it early. I feel extremely blessed that I was able to pick it up for actually 70 bones per box. Obviously that's not the case anymore. If we do the math here, so 110 bones divided by 8. This is actually going for $13.75 per structure deck, which is obviously $3.75 more than the standard market price. Which, again, it's kind of interesting. It's been a while. This hasn't happened for quite some time from structure decks. So anyway, moving on. So there was someone commented. I think it was on my last video. Forgive me, it's been so long. I've been so busy, and I love making these videos for you guys, but it's just I have to kind of take precedence in my studies right now and training. And someone mentioned something about Plunder Patrol, and I don't know anything about this deck at all. There's not a lot of support. You can see, there's apparently only 15 different cards that have been made here in the TCG, and not really a lot of expensive or really high rarity stuff. Again, forgive me, whoever wanted to see this. I really I don't know anything about this, or hardly have known anyone that's actually built this or played this. And again, it's just looks like it all came from one set, and there's just not 2 sets, I guess. But I apologize. I wanted to kind of adhere to your wishes, but I really don't. I don't feel like I have the knowledge to really expand on this topic. But you wanted to see it, so here it is. So in your honor, I am showcasing some of the Plunder Patrol stuff. Okay, so moving on, we're going to move on to Pot of Greed. So obviously this is a ban card, really great, Generation 1 card here. Highest rarity as an ultimate rare, Duelist Pack Kaiba. Personally have a few copies of this myself, first edition ultimates, and this card makes you feel good. Having this card in lightly played or better, lightly played near mint first edition ultimate rare, it feels good. It's a feel good card. It's a really nice investment to have. And starting market price here is going to be around 170 bones for lightly played first edition, and then near mints go all the way up to 200 plus for 216 for the first near mint. And let's see, it looks like there's going to be 1 stack. Well, actually not. There's actually not a stacks available for lightly played first edition, unfortunately. So really cool, great. So high rarity, expensive, relatively old. Let's go ahead and take a look at a few other variants. So of course we have the Legendary Collection 3s, infamous, amazing, talk about all the time. It's actually the last tab here. I'm going to briefly torture you guys by once again reviewing the infamy of this set. And then I believe, again, mirrored rarity, parallel ran Legendary Collection 4, Joey's World. Great variants. I personally actually enjoy these even more so than the Dark Beginning 1. Variants obviously is a lot more older, but so So yeah, ultimate rares, secret rares, really great stuff. But then of course we have the original Legend of Blue Eyes magic stamped original prints. Now, don't get me wrong, I think the first edition secret rares and the first edition ultimate rares are great. Even the super rares are pretty cool too. These are the original prints, and they have the magic stamp, and just from Mist History merit alone, you can even see like the color variation. These were like more green. Magic cards were more green back in Generation 1 as opposed to like the more bluish variants that we have now with the spell cards. And let's go ahead and look at even for Unlimiteds alone. Unlimiteds is interesting enough. Unlimiteds, you can kind of get some here. Now, you have to be careful with this because Unlimiteds are going to be potentially the newer reprint ones, and they may be actually spell cards now because there was rerun prints that were manufactured after Magic Ruler and recirculated into the market, and they like, you know, kind of like the Walmart mystery cubes or whatever they're called. I don't remember what the product's called, but that are actually printed in spell cards. So be very careful. Even though this says magic card and it shows you the picture of the magic card, you might get one of the newer recirculated set prints, and it could very much well be a spell ruler one, which you really don't want, in my personal opinion, when you're trying to go for like the originals of the originals. But again, first edition is king, so we're just going to go ahead and switch over. This is going to dramatically change the price differentiation here. We can see the first lightly played first edition is going to go for 40 bones, and then it's going to continue to trickle up. And then the first edition here is actually not English, it's Spanish for 55 bones. And then apparently there's this Australian one for like 120, and it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. It's very old, one of the most infamous ban cards of all time. So just want to cover that really quick. Next is going to be Harpy Lady Sisters. This is the original Metal Raiders super rare. Now, not quite as appealing as the OCG uncensored artworks, but still relatively the same. I'm pretty sure the only variant, from what I can remember, was that there was a point stars on the chest plates here. I'm pretty sure. And anyway, again, Generation 1 nostalgia, huge fan of Generation 1 first edition prints. Myself personally, we're going to go ahead and look at some price points. Looks like, I don't know if this is like Portuguese. I think this is Portuguese. I think I looked at this before. I think this is Portuguese first edition near mint for around 21 bones. Then for normal English lightly played, it's going to be 40 bones, starting a market price for lightly played. And then if you want near mint, looks like there's 3 pages of availability, and near mint starting market price is going to be around 65 bones. We're going to go ahead and look at some bulk pricing. There is 1 single stack of a playset, 90 bones a piece for near mint first edition from Tsubaki, which is interesting Japanese name. Okay, next is going to be a little more of an obscure card, so bear with me on this. Solo Duelist original print ultimate rares, Mind on Air. This card is terrible. It'll never be used in a competitive duel. Potentially, in my personal opinion, maybe. I mean, you know, never say never. You know, time will tell. But this has a really cool artwork. Is it just me, or do I think this has like some really killer artwork? And of course, it's Soul of the Duelist, which is, like, in my personal opinion, just breaking the rim of Generation 1. It's a little past Generation 1, in my personal opinion. I cut off Generation 1 at Rise of Destiny, but I'm pretty sure this was like the set after, if not maybe the 2 sets after Rise of Destiny. I can't remember exactly the timeline, but still insanely old set, high rate of ultimate rare, and this just has really cool artwork. I just think it's got kind of almost like a dark Necrofear vibe. It's kind of like this creepy, dark, like alluring artwork. I love how she has like this helmet where you can like see her brain through this like glass orb. It's really cool. Anyway, going for pretty good money. I mean, we've seen starter market price here is going to be 19 bones for near mint, or for lightly played first edition is 19 bones. And then if you want near mints, it's going to trickle all the way up to around almost a phantom under 30 bones. There is only 1 page of availability for this, and these are all pretty much 1 stacks, except for this 3 stack right here for 20. So very limited quantity on this, and just all around aesthetically pleasing and really killer artwork. And I really think well, obviously rarity, artwork, and age, just pure merit of age, of this being insanely ancient, is driving this this price. And there's also not a lot on the market as well, at least for this platform. Okay, so very, very excited about this. So Ghost Variophobia, talked about this a lot. It's been quite some time since I've reviewed this, and I'm really excited about this because, again, this is still to the day a solo print super rare. Hope it stays that way because I really feel that that is one of the main reasons that's really driving this price. For the longest time, this card was insanely affordable. It was like a half bone, a bone, 2 bones, 3 bones, then slowly trickled up, and now it's finally reached a point that it's at that 6 bone market price. There's a fat stack of 32 here, lightly played first edition, and then near mints go for roughly about a bone more for about 7. We're going to switch over really quickly to 8 stacks. So we have a stack of 32. There's a whopping stack of 169 for almost 7 bones for near mint first edition here from Phantasm Gaming. And that's pretty much it. Once you knock out the 32 and the 169, it's pretty much clear off the market for, besides, you know, these other variants here. But really, really cool stuff. And the thing that's really exciting to me is that there's only 2 pages left. Obviously, there's these big stacks here. But there used to be pages and pages and pages of this card, and now it's down to only 2 pages, which I'm personally proud of because I feel like no one paid attention to this card. No one really cared about this card, and again, it's not a competitive card. It'll never really see play. It's quite awful in all retrospective, but the artwork is so amazing, and it is a super rare holo foil. I know that's not super high on the totem pole of rarity, but to me, I really do like. I got a thing for super rares. Like White Mexican really likes super rares. Again, it is the sheer fact it is still to the day a solo print, and Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy is relatively quite old now. I believe that was 2013, 2014, so I can't remember, relatively old now, and of course the artwork is just really, really great. I love like the Sleepy Hollow looking background, and like the black and the red, and the magic orb staff, and like the death crow, hawk, bird, vulture, whatever this is. Really, really great stuff. So this is pretty cool, so I'm excited and just wanted to share that with you guys, kind of an update. And then of course we have the twin sister here, Mystical Variophobia, Cosmo Blazer. Obviously there was this has a reprint, one of the calendar promo ultra rares or something like that. Just anyway, so original print, secret rare. Again, this is not as good as this one. I definitely think that I'm definitely more of a fan of the darker, more sinister, alluring artwork as opposed to kind of this like cutesy. This kind of reminds me of like, you know, I don't know, like a Disney character or something. But anyway, worth a mention. I can't really mention one without the other. Not quite as significant, and it's interesting because this one, even though it is a higher rarity of secret rare, it's a jump of two rarity grades. This is still very much obviously seeing more attainability from the player base for the artwork being better, in my personal opinion. Completely superior in artwork. Anyway, so this is around 4-ish, 5 bones after you factor in shipping, and then there is about 2 pages of availability. If we jump over to bulk pricing, there is a single 3-stack here for 9 bones for lightly played. So interesting enough. And then one of the last cards I wanted to review for you guys tonight is going to be Dream Sprite, all the way back to Generation 1, purple set, Labyrinth The Nightmare. This is still a solo print, which is insane to me. I just really like the artwork. You know, obviously not a really impressive card by any means by stats or anything like that. It is cool how it's a light plant. There isn't usually a lot of light plants, so I think that's pretty unique and cool. The artwork is really cool. I really just enjoy the artwork a lot, and it's just kind of like I don't know, just a really cool old school common in my opinion. There is a fat stack of 15 here for near mint first editions for roughly around a bone a piece. So and then 2 pages of availability. So just really cool. Just wanted to kind of showcase that for you guys. And then of course we have Legendary Collections 3 Yugi's World, one of, if not the most infamous Legendary Collection sets of all time. Of course we have Joey's World and we have Legendary Collection Kaiba, all really amazing sets. And there's just so many amazing cards in this. So many amazing cards in this. The Pot of Greed Secret variant that we talked about, Graceful Charity, Harpy's Feather Duster, Secret Sandgan's really cool, Secret Change of Heart. We have the highest rarity as an ultra rare for Royal Tribute for Gravekeeper lovers, Secret Torrential Tribute. There's Secret Compulse in this. This is just an all-round, just ever circumferencing amazing set. Super Chaos Sorcerer, standard secret variant, alternative Sinister Serpent, Judgment, ultra rare. It just goes on. Upstart Goblin. It goes on and on and on and on. One of my personal favorites, the two-headed King Rex. This is an amazing set. You guys need to check this out. I'm not going to personally go into descriptive individual prices. Silver Fang is another really great one. This is the only hollow variant that we have of this. This is the only hollow variant that we have of Gazelle. Iconic Generation 1 Yugi anime cards. Great for collectability purposes. So I highly recommend that you guys take some time to kind of poke through this. These are all relatively been driven quite high in price points as they've continued to just get older and older and older. And these are just some really iconic cards and some amazing rarities. Personally, just go for the first editions exclusively, is my personal opinion. That's what I always do, especially if this set. And all around, it's just a really great time. That is all I have for you guys tonight. Thank you so much for watching these videos. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys. And again, I'm forgetting my lines here. This is something I really enjoy doing. I apologize. It's been so long since I was able to produce some content for you guys, but I really appreciate your support. I love all your comments. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has been part of my life for several years now. I'm very compassionate about this. One of my greatest hobbies by far. And it's a really special community, and it's a really fun place to be. Please remember to take care of each other. There's a lot of crazy things going on in the world right now. Just love each other, be friends, look out for each other. And that's pretty much it. Again, I'm so out of it right now. So anyway, really happy I was able to bring this content for you guys. Hope you guys are having an amazing weekend. It's October. It's almost time for Halloween, which is my favorite holiday, and I love October and autumn time. It's finally starting to get nice here in upstate New York. Hope you guys are making some fantastic Yu-Gi-Oh! Investments yourself. This has been a showcasing by The White Mexican, and I will see you in the next video.